Hey everyone, Daniel from Twin Bytes, and in this video I'm going to explain to you the top 10 things that you should expect after you upgrade to Windows 11. If you haven't seen my last video on upgrading to Windows 11, I'll link to that up here and in the description below. And stay tuned for other Windows 11 videos as well. Alright, let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed is there's this language bar showing up here in the top right corner, and I thought that was very annoying because it was on top of everything. So it took a bit to find out. There's a little button here which seems to be covered depending on the screen resolution you have. If you click in that for the options, you can go down into settings. When that comes up, go down to the typing section, click on that, then go up to the advanced keyboard settings. And here you got two options. One, you can hit the check mark for use desktop language bar when it's available. If you uncheck that, it disappears. If we turn it back on, it appears, but we can go into the language bar options. Here you've got floating on desktop, or you can say hidden, and when you apply that, it disappears, but it's still basically available to you. You can also change when it's available. We can say it's floating, but set it to transparent when it's inactive, and that way it's kind of transparent unless you hover over it, and then you can see it kind of lights up. The second thing you might want to do is when you click on the start button, you're going to see get started, welcome to Windows. So you can click on that and it walks you through a little wizard here. You can click get started, or you can use the arrows at the bottom here to navigate between the right and the left, and it tells you a little bit about what you can expect getting started. It's not much, but it is something that you might as well look at before you get rid of it from your start menu. The third thing you're going to notice is the start menu not only looks different, but all the programs that you had pinned previously on Windows 10 are not going to show up in Windows 11. So you're going to have to go through each one of these and unpin the programs that you don't want anymore, and then go looking for the programs you do want and pin them. You can do that by either typing in the search what you're looking for, or clicking on all apps, and you can simply scroll through all the programs that you have here. Right click on any one of them and pin to start. There is two dots here, you'll notice in my case, because there's enough to scroll down for a second set of shortcuts. So you can scroll up and down as you desire to see the different programs that you have pinned, and you can also grab and drag and move them around as you like. You can even do that from the bottom here, so if you have something that's more important that you want to have closer up at the top, then you can do that and move things around that way. And you may find some other stuff gets bumped, so you just keep dragging them around until you get them in the right order that you like. You'll also notice that there's a bunch of other programs in here that got installed that you don't care about, so you can go through and remove them as well. In some cases you could right click and uninstall them right from the start menu, or you can right click on the start menu and choose apps and features, just like in Windows 10, and then you can scroll through the list of programs here, click on the dots over to the right, and you can choose to uninstall those programs. The fifth thing is you're going to have a bunch of programs pinned to the taskbar that you don't care about, don't want, and new programs that were added, and it won't have the programs that you had on Windows 10. So you'll have to go through this list of programs, right click on the ones you don't want and unpin them from the taskbar. Then the same way you customize your start menu, you can find the programs in the all apps and right click on any one of them and then go under more and pin that to the taskbar. Once you have them on the taskbar how you want, you can grab any one of these and move them around to any position you like. The next thing you might find interesting is renaming files. So if you right click on a file, previously in Windows 10 you would just go down to rename, which would be somewhere down here near the bottom, but nowhere in here you see rename. But if you look close enough, up at the top there is a pair of scissors here for cut, and a little icon of two files together to copy, and there is rename. You also have a share link here, and then there's the delete option as well. So all these features are now little icons at the top of this quick menu versus being built right into the menu as it used to be. You also have an option for more options from here, and then you'll see a more traditional menu where there's a rename, delete, copy, cut, and share. Something else I found very interesting is when I went in to look at a folder that has a list of documents, the spacing on here is absolutely enormous in my opinion, and I absolutely hate that. So for option number 7 that you might want to look at once you upgrade to Windows 11, go up to View at the top and you'll see there's an option here for Compact View. Click on that and you'll see how it tightens it up real nice. The other thing you'll notice here, especially if you have a small C drive, is that it's going to be chewing up a lot of space. And the reason for that, if you drill down in there, you got your Windows folder, but there's a Windows.old, and that's an old copy of your Windows 10. If you right click on it and go into Properties, you'll see that it's calculating and going up to quite a large amount of space that is taken up on your hard drive. So you would want to delete that later at some point, but I wouldn't do it right away, just in case if you had to restore the system back to Windows 10. The 9th thing you want to look at is with any programs is the maximize button. So you'll see before clicking on it you have a few options of changing the style. If it's going to be a side-by-side, you can choose that, or a little bit more of the screen with 2 side-by-side, or you can even do 3, and any combination of these things. So for example, if we got something like this, you can see that it chews up all of that space that I determined, and then it's got the rest of it available here for me to choose from, and I can choose any program that I want and then have that automatically pinned to fill in the remaining space. If you want to restore back to Windows 10, you can go through the Start menu under Settings, type in Restore, and you'll see an option here, Go back to Windows 10. It gives you a few options, so you have one option of trying to fix the problems without resetting your PC, so it goes through some troubleshooting. And then you've got the options like you had previously to reset the PC, keeping your files and reinstalling Windows. Or if you really want to go back to Windows 10, then you can just hit the Go Back button and start walking through that process. And if you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.